lot of suits in my day, and that should come as no surprise. I'm a man of class, sophistication, power, and influence. Now, a quality suit is what defines a man and a woman, if I may. Each one tells its own unique story and will take you to places you never even could have imagined.
But it pains me to say that most of you have no idea what the hell you're even doing when it comes to buying a suit. Take these poor bastards for example.
Fortunately, you don't have to suffer like these idiots, so kick your feet up, sit back and relax while we sample the best wetsuits of 2025.
Welcome to Stab's annual Best Wetsuit Test. This year we've landed in the great cold north of Canada, where we'll be testing 13 3.2s in 50-degree water.
Yep, we'll pretty much be putting ourselves through the freaking ringer so you don't have to. To find the best male and female wetsuits of 2025, we'll score each suit 1 out of 10 based on a criteria of warmth and comfort. Then the top 3 will go to the finals, where we'll do a few unique challenges to determine the winner. Oh, it looks sick from up here.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
That looks so fun, actually. I packed 9 wetsuits in my board bag, and this still happened. 4 wetsuits of cushion wasn't enough for Alaska.
Did you just say Alaska?
Trying out the Adelio. First suit out of 13, day 1 in Tofino, Canada. I know Chippa Wilson is on the team, so that's pretty damn good endorsement for me. So, see how they go. It fits like a glove. Freaking kidding me?
I think there's 2 panels of fabric around the shoulders, which is good for warmth, but I could feel some reservoirs of water around the neck area dripping down my spine. But for the most part, I felt warm and I felt like I could surf for a pretty long time.
Pros, felt like a 4.3, but it's a 3.2, which is pretty dope. Cons, had the stiffness of a 4.3. Like paddling, felt like a 4.3, it was super warm, but just was a little bit stiff for a 3.2. Overall, it was really warm.
I've always found corset stitching to be uncomfortable, but once I put it on, I actually couldn't feel the stitching at all, and it felt more like a nice warm glove than a medieval torture device. The booties were comfortable. It was nice having room for my toes to move around, but there was some water in them. But they're really cute.
What other brand will accept repairs 10 years after purchase? Backed by tech bros, granola girls, and one opinionated 16-year-old, Patagonia continues to be a beacon of thoughtful innovation with neoprene-free materials and a lifetime return policy. Patagonia's always made their suits as environmentally friendly as possible, so they've been accused of maybe not the most comfortable suits in the past, but this one feels insane, and I feel like they've made tons of adjustments. Let's see how this regulator goes. I'm about to freaking regulate coral.
Definitely going to go regulate on Josiah. The suit was really hard to get on, but once I got in the water, it was surprisingly comfortable. There was no major resistance in the shoulders while I was paddling, and it felt very sturdy and resilient. I'll probably end up giving this suit to my grandchildren. It was also very warm. I felt like I was wearing a thermal blanket.
for Patagonia and them going neoprene free and to make a suit that's pretty damn comfortable and super warm is pretty rad. Let's talk about the booties for a minute. Super grippy. I like that they're just blacked out. I was surprised by them. Minimal water came in, and I'm pretty sure that's like all you want in a booty.
The suit went on so easily. It hasn't been this easy yet.
Billabong's Furnace Comp unanimously won the 2023 Best Wetsuit Test. Let's see if their 100% upcycled material will hold up in even colder temperatures.
That out. Furnace Natural. If it makes my butt as thick as Ethan Ewing, I'll be a very happy man.
This was the first suit I got complimented on the colors. 2 people came up to me and said they really liked the pastels, but then they proceeded to run me over, so I guess it wasn't bright enough. The suit was lightweight, comfortable, and an absolute pleasure to put on. I cannot go no more. And it would be the perfect wetsuit for 65-degree California water temperature.
One of the most comfortable suits I've ever worn, like so flexible, but finding a 3-2 that withstands the cold is pretty difficult, and I think this one kind of suffered in that area. Let a bit of water in and was just not that warm. The shrinkage though is bad.
Nips are hard, shrinkage is bad.
Rip Curl began in 1969. 55 years, a bunch of world titles, and a zillion wetsuits later, we're going to see if the Flash Bomb Fusion is as hot as Gabe. I mean, Gabe says it is.
It's zipperless, which, I don't know, pretty groundbreaking technology, feels pretty good. And Rip Curl has like pretty much the softest interior of like any wetsuit I've ever worn.
Yeah,
We are on the search right now for a wave over waist high. Just tested the Flash Bomb in borderline unsurfable waves. This lining that I was worried about, the taped around the front to the back, was a little bit restricting, but it's super flexible in the chest, was super warm for a 3-2, and we're testing it in 50-degree water in Canada.
The E7 lining actually kept me super warm, and despite the hard time I had getting in the wetsuit, once I was paddling around, it was actually really flexible and stretchy, and I couldn't feel any tension in my shoulders. And so I think the zipperless system they have going on here is definitely working. Normally I am a 6 or an 8 in a wetsuit, and in this suit I'm a size 14.
Saw Pete DeVries, Canadian legend, and he was wearing a 5'4" hooded suit with booties and wearing 3-2s. So just let that sink in for a minute. A lot of straps on this Rip Curl booty. Got 2 straps that might be just a little too much going on for my taste.
I was trying to pull it over my heel, and then I just pulled the strip off.
Didn't let too much water in, and I think the straps helped that, but I just felt they were a little too bulky.
Want to feel like an apex predator? Wear Orca wetsuits. We're going to try out the Tango 3-2.
I don't feel like a whale in it, so that's really nice.
First thoughts, paddling out in the Orca Tango suit. It's got these really tight wrists with the rubber right there, which is good for not letting water in, but a little bit uncomfortable.
The material's really nice. Actually, it's very elastic, but yeah, it did feel heavy on the back and kind of tight. No signs of chafing around my armpits or shoulders.
It's a kite surfing brand, making the introduction into surfing. Not bad, but Canada won this battle. Vans booty's pretty much unanimously decided as the coolest looking booty on the market. Really damn hard to put on. which was kind of a bummer, but once they were on, they let minimal water in. Mystic, born out of the Netherlands despite their affinity for skinny dipping in the Scandinavian waters.
It's choking me. Some people might like that, but I'm not one.
You got a weird kink.
I'm about surf waves. I would never paddle out at home, even if it was 70 degrees. Now it's 50 degrees, and I'm being choked.
I don't know, honestly, what this is for. Yeah, it's on both legs. I don't know if this is another, like, kite surfing thing. I'm pretty aware that I suck at longboarding, so I'll just beat you guys to that one. But the Mystic Majestic Magical Wetsuit was really surprisingly comfortable because it's a suit I've never heard of.
I just tried the Jade from Mystic, and I felt pretty mystical just because of the asymmetrical look. It was pretty warm once I started moving, but I got cold after about 45 minutes. It was pretty flexible also. They use this technology called flare mesh. But overall, it's pretty much on par with the more well-known brands. That was a really nice surprise. The Mystic booties were super easy to get on. The only bummer was that they let a little bit of water inside of them.
Check this out, like, pretty, but that's my fault. Ordered them too big, so they are filled with water. Known for making affordable and practical suits, Vissla's new Seas U-Zip is designed to increase range of motion without extra seams or flushing. Let's see, first try. Sometimes your zipper can be a hassle. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Not a big fan of a strap-on. Well, I mean a booty strap-on. The U-Zip was as good as I hoped it would be. I thought this zipper might be like a little like weird and uncomfortable through the shoulders, but it was not. It was so damn comfortable, and I thought there'd be a little bit of water entry through the zipper in the shoulder, but there was minimal water entry, really lightweight, soft material. Yeah, the Vissla U-Zip was freaking legendary.
I just tried the 7 Seas by Sisstr. It was the first women's only wetsuit, and the tailored fit definitely shows that. It was pretty comfortable, but the shoulder was more tight. I think it would work better for someone with more of a petite upper body. I could feel the water in the seams. Oh, one thing I did like about this woman's suit though is there was no awkward corset line. It's a pretty clean design. Something I would wear at home proudly. It's cool how the purple gets a little bit darker too in the water. It turns into more of a burgundy than a pink.
The Vissla booties with the skate grip tape on the bottom. Super grippy, let minimal water in, pretty comfortable. They have super soft interior. The grip was sick. All right, we're back. Best Wetsuits 2025 in Canada. Freaking freezing, but we're checking the landscape out. It's a beautiful place. We got a rare Canadian feral animal that I hope goes extinct, and I hope a hunter takes out immediately. We could get back to testing wetsuits. Wonderful. Feral knows what they're doing. They kept it simple, blacked out, same rubber throughout the whole thing. 100% Yamamoto neoprene. I felt insane. Warmth, comfort, whole package. Literally like no water in the whole time. Super loose in the shoulders, chest, body, everything you want a 3.2 to be, except it's warmer than your average 3.2.
I really loved how form-fitting it is and just how clean the lines are. There was no awkward like tightness or tension anywhere. It was the easiest suit to put on. I read that it is meant for 56 to 65 degree water, and we're out there in 51 degree water for what, an hour and a half? I was warm.
Just tested the So Light booties, and I just figured out why they call them So Light, because they're so light. The thing that separates them the most is the molding feature, and this molding foam, like it's not traditional rubber or anything, so if your booties feel too big, you can always go home and remold them.
Known for designing one of the most high-tech board shorts ever sold, let's see how Hurley's wetsuits compare.
I believe this entire suit is made from recycled materials. I believe even car tires. Pretty impressive that I'm about to surf a car tire right now. Like a reality check on how bad it is out there. Hurley, Brett Simpson, hope I made you proud. Yeah, the Hurley Plus, it's a little too cold, a little too thin, but so damn comfortable. Like so much mobility in your shoulders, all through your torso, your back. Didn't withstand the cold, but that's not necessarily the 3.2's job.
Hurley's EcoFlex material is really comfortable. I was feeling myself and the suit out there.
What the hell is this?
Another suit.
Another suit. All right, I know nothing about this wetsuit, but I'm pretty damn excited for this blind date. The first impression is that it feels a little restricted through here. This seam into the armpit feels a little stiff. Oh, jeez. Ow! Shoot, that pulled some hair out. I don't know if I can do it. I can't do it, dude. Epic Tides, take 7. Dude, you help me? Yes! Oh. Fourth wetsuit of the day. Feeling freaking fried. It's come to my attention that Epic Tide is selling this suit for like $220 in the low 200s, so if you're on a budget and you need a suit that's pretty good and gets the job done, then I think Epic Tides is a good call. Definitely was a little bit restricting through the armpit area, so when you're paddling it was slightly stiff, minimal design, efficient, cost efficient, 220 bucks. Can't go wrong with that. O'Neill won Best Overall Wetsuit in our 2024 Readers Survey and our 2024 Best Wetsuits Test. Let's see if the Hyper Freak Fire Plus can keep that streak alive. Been pretty much waiting for the coldest day to try the O'Neill Hyper Freak Fire. So soft on the inside.
Nice, stretchy techno butter material right there.
All right, these booties look really nice.
These booties are amazing.
And they go on so easy. Did you see that?
15 seconds. It's a new record.
I mean, O'Neill, their legacy with wetsuits is pretty much unmatched. Kept me warm despite it being the coldest water I've ever been in. Yeah, there's no restrictions anywhere in this suit. Super comfortable, super loose. It's the blue collar working class wetsuit. This is gonna last multiple seasons. You can already tell through like the seams having extra protection all through here.
like trying to pull the pity card to get waves. Now I'm just pulling the 3-2 card. And I need to catch 2 waves, or else my filmer won't let me go in. They're like, oh, go ahead, sweetie.
Okay.
This suit was great. It's kind of giving Iron Man. It heats to the core and then moves into your arms. And there are multiple layers of like fabric right here,
Multiple layers.
but it doesn't feel heavy.
Yeah, it was probably the coldest session of my life. And it's not even because of the suit. Positive vibrations.
Whoever produced this show is cooked. This is messed up.
But Hyper Freak. One of my favorite suits I've ever worn, actually, but cool to freaking find a wetsuit that has good booties as well.
Not a survivalist.
There's gonna be somebody in the comments talking crap about how not that cold it is, and I will fight you. What do kite surfers and Jack Freestone have in common? They can house a croissant and unzip their wetsuit at the same time. Ion's single-handed closure system leaves a free arm for whatever the heart desires. They just do the one-handed zipper, which makes life way easier.
And there's back ventilation. Just, you know, in case you get too toasty in the 50-degree water and you're 3-2.
Impressively comfortable despite the uncomfortable conditions. I know they're a family-owned business. They got into kite surfing, I think, and it's so windy and cold, I wish I had a kite. I feel like it's really hard to start a new wetsuit brand that can compete with everyone, and they made a really freaking good wetsuit. Comfort was insane, and I think there was a little restriction in the armpits, like where there's some seams into the back. Overall, really good suit. Just suffered from the cold conditions.
The purple accents of this Ion wetsuit are really bringing out the color in my fingers and toes right now. Overall, the suit was comfortable, there was minimal chafing, but the back ventilation wasn't going so well in 50-degree water temperatures. I could see a little bit of flushing being nice in 65 to 70-degree California, but yeah, it didn't work out here today.
Colby Plus is for the people at $295 for Yamamoto rubber. Not even a crusty lot lizard is passing on this price. I believe it has Yamamoto number 39 through the torso, which is like, I think, the level of flexibility. And then Yamamoto 40 in the shoulders, which makes it a little bit more flexible, which was nice. Good touch. I was like the only one without a hood or gloves out there. Just thinking about the price of the wetsuit, $295 for like an overall good wetsuit. That wasn't flushing, was pretty flexible, was warm for the most part. It's a pretty sick option to have if you're on a budget or just want a good suit. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Probably 35 minutes into this video wondering what the hell you're doing with your life.
Between the two of us, we've tested 24 wetsuits in 4 days. With a lot of shivering and a little deliberation, we've narrowed it down to our top 3 finalists. It's been subjective so far, but today we're gonna get down to the real hard data.
Nope. Let's try stretching the crotch. Let's see what's the best bait, the ferrule, the O'Neill, or the Vissla.
Welcome to the weight test. We're here at the Tofino Harbor where we will be determining which 3-2 is the lightest. To do this, we will
We're gonna submerge them underwater for about 60 seconds. We're gonna whip those bad boys out of the water, weigh them. Whichever one is the lightest is gonna get the most points. Ferrule was 3.9. We're gonna lock in the U-zip at 5.9, and the O'Neill was 6.3.
Welcome to the sweatiest runway in the world. We're here for the style test. Today we'll model our finalists for an unsponsored panel of 5, who will give each wetsuit a score based purely on looks.
Our topic today is the beauty shot.
Yeah, look how beautiful it is. Look at that head. It's making me kind of thirsty right now.
Hey, you can't drink beer on TV, eh? It's illegal.
Okay, fine. Cut.
We are here at Tofino Brewing for the stretch test where we're gonna see which finalist material is the most elastic. How are we gonna do this?
We're gonna tie these wetsuits to a freaking forklift where they'll be also tied to a baby keg, I believe.
I think it's brilliant. Clearly. I mean, come on.
7 feet. Well, I mean, technically they're on the ground, so it is stretchier. 7 feet, 9 inches. The ground. So 1 more inch than the O'Neill. 7 feet, 4 inches.
Wait, what was it?
2 inches. Oh, the wetsuit.
Cheers to our new dog. Yeah, beauty.
Now we're gonna go test all 3 again in the stormiest, shittiest, coldest weather we've had the whole trip.
That's ready to freeze.
Don't say that.
Oh, you got the hood.
We got some gloves. What? It's the last day, and this guy decides to give us gloves now. Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Kyler, it's huge.
Oh my god,
It
it's
is
balmy.
massive.
This is finals day, baby. But Coral's scared of the size of the surf.
Okay. I'm scared of duck diving more than 6 times in a row. And
If you could duck dive 10 times and still be warm, that's probably the winner. Wow, for a girl, that's quite brave of you to paddle out. Oh, shit! That was so gnarly. Coral's a straight up meme out there. It's the freaking funniest thing ever with her hood on.
So, I caught my best wave this whole entire trip. Unfortunately, it was 2 miles down the beach. So we only have 1 filmer, so we have to do this thing where we like surf together. A little bit shocking. Came back out here, caught 2 closeouts, did a lot of duck diving. And after further review, the Patagonia Ulux is like pretty great. I was warm. Like I was actually not freezing. And I think I'm actually gonna go back out right now and just rip through these other 2 suits because I don't really plan on ever surfing again.
Session number 16.
I do feel feral. It's the most appropriate suit.
The bidet of wetsuits.
The bidet of wetsuits?
I don't know what I don't know what that means, but
It's gone crazy.
That was so cool and unusual. That was insane. It's only fitting that we end the trip with the worst conditions you could imagine for surfing. That's a wrap. Cut.
And the winner of Best Wetsuits 2025 is...
Feral, baby! Usually you want your catch to be heavy, massive, gigantic, and to feed your whole family, but this one's just for us. A light, clean suit, looks good, feels good, keeps you warm in these Canadian waters.
Nice to have something I can actually reel in.
Hey Coral, what's the biggest fish you've caught?
I caught an orca earlier this week.
Alright. Congratulations to Patagonia. Their Ulex regulator split toe booty was the most comfortable and easy to put on. Best booties.
Congratulations to O'Neill for winning the best booty in my book. It took me 15 seconds to put on, and the others took me 15 to 30 minutes, so it won by a pretty big margin.
And we're out! Alright everybody, check back in with us in 6 months and see how all the suits are holding up.
I think we should.
No, I should have been the director and producer of this thing.
We're on the Black Pearl, and we're sailing out of the storm, and we're going to find the winner!
I'm suffering from a bad case of shrinkage at the moment, and yeah,